Welcome to Dr. Tom's Throttle Therapy. This is Dave Day 2024 and a memorial ride for Dave Myers, one half of the Hairy Bikers. So if you're into cooking and biking, you've probably got at least a couple of the Hairy Bikers cooking books. So memorial ride was planned from Ace Cafe, central London, through to Barrow-in-Furness. So start of the day was everyone to meet at Ace Cafe in London, and I believe originally they was expecting maybe a couple of thousand bikers overall, so nobody really knew what to expect, and I didn't. And I got there early. The ride was supposed to start I think at 9 o'clock, and I was there at about 7:15, and by then there was already hundreds of bikers there. So Ace Cafe started life as a truckers' cafe in 1938, and bikers soon adopted it as the place to be. So pulling into Ace Cafe, the first face I see as I go through on the right hand side talking to BBC News was Si King, happy with my shirt. So the cafe shut in the 1949 and reopened by a guy called Mark Willsmore, who still runs it today. He had a vision for it, and in 2001 it had a grand opening. And the guy here in the yellow jacket is Mark Willsmore, still active, still keen biker, and it's great to see a biker's cafe actually run by a true rocker. So all day Si King was on top form, entertaining everybody, having photos with people. It was brilliant all day.
No pressure. Go on. So Dave and I rode across the Patagonian plains, right, on two very old Honda Transalps, and it's calcrete roads, right. So we see this dust bowl coming towards us, and we were like, and in Patagonia, so what happens is you just always lean into the wind because it's flat as a witch's tit. So it's like, so you're always leaning into the wind.
Maybe not that one on BBC.
I'm gearing up, I'm a bit slow. At the end, if I cue you, will you all shout
Yeah,
Dave Day, and then applause. Carry on as you will.
That's you told.
Actually, I think you really. Oh no, I stood by. Anyway,
You were leaning into the wind.
I was leaning into the wind. There was a big truck came back. Dave nearly shit himself, and that was us.
So it was covered on national media and TV all day long, and I even managed to get my dodgy pink shirt into a lot of the programming. So by the time we were ready to set off, around 9 o'clock-ish, Ace Cafe was heaving. We had a bit of a prep talk from Si and Woody on top of the Ace Cafe roof, and then it was about time to go, and Mark Willsmore flagged us off, and away we go. As we leave Ace Cafe, you can see it was a bit of a scramble getting out of the car park, because you've got, at this point, hundreds of bikers trying to get through the width of a road out the gates. So everybody's scrambling for position, because obviously everyone wants to be near the front, as you know, so did I. And we set off, and from Ace Cafe, the next port of call is Oxford Services. So nobody really knew what to expect, but at this point I'm looking around thinking there's got to be a couple of thousand bikers here, so surely if we're only expecting a couple of thousand bikers, we're stopping at all these other places, surely there's going to be more than a couple of thousand bikers. And being a newish rider, this is my sort of first big ride out. I've done little rides with groups of people, but never this sort of many, so to me it was really unknown territory. So there's a little pause because we was waiting for the police and the marshals to make it safe for everybody to get out. And I say, by this time, there's a couple of thousand bikers got to get through here. So I've gone at the expected 500 or 600 from Ace Cafe leaving to a few thousand at least. So give the police and the marshals their dues. Great stopped the traffic and enabled everybody to get out in one big group out of Ace Cafe onto the main road towards the Oxford services. Next stop, Oxford services. So this is pulling into the Oxford services. Again, wasn't really sure how many people would be here. When you looked on the Facebook group, it seemed to be that there was going to be maybe 500 to 1,000 people allegedly going to be here. That's who'd sort of registered. And when we go here, there's just bikes everywhere, as you can see, as far as you could see. And in fact, it actually blocked the whole of Oxford services. So I apologise to anybody who couldn't get the car into Oxford services to have a sandwich, but yeah, the bikes took over, and it was that to such an extent that the couple of thousand bikers or more that came from Ace Cafe, we basically had to try and find spaces to park while we waited, for everybody to join in. So as you can see, we snaked around and we managed to find a bit of room towards the outer lanes of the Oxford services, and people started slotting into where they could get. And bear in mind, there's 2,000 people behind me still coming into the car park. So within a very short space of time, this car park was full, including all the roads off it. And you'll see I park on the side road in a second. So we're sort of basically running out of area in the Oxford services, so we start sort of pulling in, and as you can see, you've got Si and Woody and the marshals mainly there. Oxford services got rammed, and Dave Day was going to be spectacular. So next stop is the Motorcycle Museum in Birmingham, and we set off from Oxford. I'm not really sure how many bikers there came from there. There must be 10 to 15,000. Really, really unsure, because the snake of bikes at that point went on for ages. So we then pull into the National Motorcycle Museum into Birmingham, and I think by this point it's starting to dawn on everybody that this might be something a bit special. The people who turned out to remember Dave Myers was breathtaking. On every overbridge there was people there with banners saying "Have a Dave Day." Everywhere you went, right from inside London all the way up to where we are now at the Motorcycle Museum. So as we pull into the Motorcycle Museum, we're expecting quite a few bikers now, but I think everybody was staggered. The Motorcycle Museum, it was rammed. There were people and bikes everywhere. It was just breathtaking. So fortunately I was quite near the front, so I could get in, and I basically followed the marshals round. I've been probably in the first 15-20 bikes all the way from Ace Caf to Oxford, and then from Oxford to the National Motorcycle Museum. But as you can see, there's just bikes everywhere, and I think from here there must have been at least 25,000 bikes, maybe 30,000. So yeah, there's just bikes everywhere. I followed the guy on the this bike in front of me, who's one of the marshals. I'm not sure whether security thought, because I've got this pink shirt on, they best let me through. I was either crazy or part of the team. Yeah. So I pull up and we park up. So I think at this point, Woody, who's arranged this whole event for his big friend Dave Myers, realised just how successful it had been, and he'd honoured his friend in massive style by having this huge bike turnout. You can see in a second, you'll see Woody with his hands over his eyes. I think this is when he dawned that how big an event this was. So next stop was going to be Knutsford Services. So Knutsford Services was rammed as well. So after Knutsford, I sort of dropped back a little bit, and I decided that I was going to head off straight to Barrow. And when you see the footage of people queuing into Barrow later, made a good choice because I wanted to actually get to the town hall. So Dave Day was great. This is into Barrow, and the people at Barrow were phenomenal. They were absolutely great. Welcomed everybody in. Super people in Barrow. And I managed to get to the town hall to see Si and Liliana. Stayed at the Abbey Hotel, and even they were having a Dave Day. So looking forward to Dave Day 2025. You might even see my pink dodgy shirt. And this is Dr. Tom's Throttle Therapy.